Yes, y'all. So welcome back to our social corner. And if you are new here, let me give you a quick little breakdown. So our social corner is basically where we talk about all the different things we've been seeing on social media or anything like that we're going to talk about. The last topics we talked about, we spent like 15 minutes talking about each little thing. But in our social corner, we're just going to focus on a few different stories and only in that 15 minutes touch on like 4 or 5. But today we got 2. So the first thing we're going to talk about, if y'all know, in past episodes, Shayla and I had differences of opinion when it came to my sis, Onijah Robinson. She is back in New York, y'all. She's not in Pakistan no more. She's not in Dubai. She is in New York City. Onijah.
Back home.
Okay, Onijah Robinson is back. Did y'all hear me? My sis is back. And I just want to play some clips of when they finally found her in these streets, basically doing interviews with her. And yeah, she's still funny.
Well, listen, I didn't go to jail. I was just stuck in Dubai. It was a situation that happened in Dubai that I couldn't get over at the time, and that was it.
How long were you there for?
I was there for a month.
Wow. After Pakistan.
After Pakistan, yes, I was.
That is so crazy. So then how did you end up getting out? Like, did you get in touch with like the embassy or?
Actually, I'll keep all that private and tell you guys that later. Actually, on a romantic date, you know, we had we met through the internet, basically.
Right. But is he in Pakistan?
Yes, he is.
No. So have you, like, okay, so when do you plan on going back?
You know, we're gonna discuss that, but right now we all staying in New York soon. So that's real big. It's real big. It's real big.
So we have to meet him. Wait. So we gotta ask you, okay, really quickly. So you were asking for your money and your land. We gotta ask you, did you get the money? Did you get the land?
Listen, they gonna get that land. They gonna get that land. They gonna get that 20K, that 50K out.
I love that. Well,
that's it.
Because I know, like, you were online saying that. So did anyone give that to you? Were you able to raise anything?
Well, they was gonna give me the 100K every week, but I left. So we're gonna see what they're gonna work on while I'm not there. I do have chips that have my face on it in Pakistan. I love you
For
guys.
real? In real life?
In real
You
life.
gotta show us.
I'm actually on. Shout out to everybody. Respect for the law. 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 Respect to the law.
Wait, so really fast. Okay, wait. So there was a guy that you showed, and he was kind of bothering you, and you had a cigarette. You said, "I'll burn your face." What happened? Because the people were kind of taking
that was my driver.
Ah.
You know, it was paparazzis all around me. I wanted to go home. He wasn't listening. So I was just playing with him. It was just a joke. It wasn't nothing that serious.
That is so funny. Okay, wait. So have any celebrities reached out to you? Have celebrities in your DM asking you?
Well, I have to ask my manager about who's been reaching out to me, period.
Okay, yeah, because, okay.
Can I get one last shot right here?
Can we see a movie on your life coming up? Can we see a movie on your life? Any projects that, like, you want to...
I just want to say, I think that I walk those streets every day when I get out from Port Authority to go to work and when I'm going back to Port Authority. And I wish I would have come in contact with her. I don't think that I would have recognized her because the last time we saw her, she had her job. She was all on her religion thing. And then now I don't know what happened, but maybe she just decided to take off her hijab and
listen, y'all know I'm a Onijah Robinson advocate, okay? I'm telling y'all, a true delusion can bring you anywhere in life. And the fact that she is back in New York and she is sticking with the same storyline, she said, listen, baby, they may be in Pakistan and y'all made us saw me make that little spectacle in Dubai, but baby, this storyline ain't never going to die down. The girl was getting out of an Escalade or some type of, nice car, security escorting her out. I see flash. I said, true delusion. And Shayla was saying she couldn't pull that in New York, girl. Look at her now. She's still doing her little press conferences out in the street, even though it was one singular person and one dude. It's still getting more attention than we getting in the streets. But I love her down because true delusion will take you anywhere in life.
Yeah, I mean, it's all because of us. We're giving her attention, which if you have the followers, you have the likes, you have the attention. These corporations will give you the time of day. She probably gonna come out with a Netflix series,
girl,
or a Zeus or something, and they're paying for these escalades and they're paying for all these things. Why? Because the people are giving her the attention. There, you keep talking about it. We're here on our podcast talking about it. So,
but it's like I just wow. Go ahead to see
it can't be delusion without followers. Like, you need people to also buy into the delusion, because we could just be delusional right here, but if we don't get other people to watch us and talk about us, the delusion gonna go nowhere.
Listen, I agree with you, which is why, like, and I'm mad because I really didn't keep up with her as I should as a true fan of hers. So when Shayla told me that she was back in New York City, girl, I dang near booked a flight. I said flight.
A flight. Bought a train ticket.
Yes, I almost bought my little train ticket to see where I can find Onijah, because we got to talk it down, girl. We need to find out, how did you meet him? I need to find out if you really had.
Girl, I don't think she really married for real.
Girl, no. Apparently she got. Now this is allegedly, but apparently she got her own husband and kids that she left from
here in the United States. I'm talking about the one in Pakistan.
Yes, I need to find out the story. Like, I know, and like some people are like, "Oh, this lady is going through a psychotic break," but listen, so is Kanye, and they still making money. So maybe being your true self is who you need to be sometimes.
Girl, so on that note, we'll keep up with Onijah. We'll see where she's going. I'm sure she got something in the works, and we will find out about it soon. Another thing that happened this weekend, or broke, was the new Nintendo Switch 2 was released. It was announced. I did not grow up playing any video games. So for me, anytime a new device comes out, I'm indifferent. I never played Xbox. I never had PlayStation. I never had none of that. So did you grow up playing video games? Are you excited about this?
So like, I grew up a lot with my guy cousins, and I remember when I would go to their house, they would be like playing, and like they'd play Call of Duty and stuff like that, and they'd let me play sometimes. And when I say sometimes, I want to say like out of the 500 times I've been there, they let me play like 4 times, because they're like, you're not about to mess up my score. Like, you just, only thing I knew how to do in Call of Duty was shoot the gun, but I couldn't run, so I would just be staying in place just shooting the gun. It was girl, it's too many. It's multitasking. You gotta move the thumb, move this, click exit at the same time. It's doing too much. Like, y'all got it. But like, I remember, and if y'all know, I said it before, growing up in a Caribbean household, it don't matter sometimes what you wanted for Christmas. If they weren't getting it, they weren't getting it.
Right.
There used to be times where I would beg and beg and beg, because at the time, if you remember, DCs used to be real popular. No, not DCs, DS. Nintendo DS was real popular. And I remember everyone in my school had one, and I used to beg my parents. I remember I asked for Christmas, and I just kept asking and asking and asking. And as always, my parents wait till it starts weaning out of its trend to get me something. So I want to say in like the last year of everybody having it, like, I finally got it, and I want to say 5th grade, maybe 6th.
Oh, you were still young though.
Yeah, I was still young, girl. Yeah, but like, when everybody had it in 3rd, 4th grade, I was begging. So my parents finally got it for me on one of my birthdays, and I had got this one, the metallic gold one. No, metallic rose, yeah, with the stylus and everything, right? And I remember one of the games they got me, and you could not take me off of that game, was Cooking Mama. Girl, I used to love cooking. I used to be whipping the guacamole and the salad and everything, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing. But of course, Rebecca being Rebecca, good things don't last for me.
You broke it?
Girl, I wish I had just broke it. So this was before I found out you could put, like, when you drop something in water, you put rice in it. Girl, I dropped it in the toilet. I ain't even had the thing for a year.
And that's how you make sure that you never get another device again.
Yo, I swear to you, like, and I remember when I wanted an iPod, the little iPods. Girl, I begged and begged and begged, and the only reason why they got it for me is so I could share it with my sister. Isn't that crazy? But yes, I remember those days. I was never, like, I'm not really a gamer. I think they're like, it was fun, like, when I had it and stuff like that, especially as a distraction. You sitting in the house all day, you got something to do. But like, more like my cousins had like the Wii, the like the video games, the Call of Duties and stuff like that. It was mainly them. And like if I went to their houses, that's when I was able to play with that type of stuff.
For me, I never played video games. My mom made it very clear that in her head, she felt like video games made you dumb. And so also we were broke. So that helps. So she could have literally just used the dumb thing as an excuse. But I feel like that is a very strong myth in Caribbean household that like if you are stuck home just playing video games, that somehow, some way it's gonna make you dumber. And so I never played none of that. And so now at this big age, whenever I do play with a Wii or an Xbox or any of those games, I literally look slow. Number one, I move with controllers because I just feel like, what do you mean I don't have to move? I'm like this. I'm getting better at it, but I move with the controllers. I literally don't know nothing about nothing. You know, when people are like, oh, you just press the A. It's like, well, girl, you've been using this since you was 5.
Exactly.
I'm 28. I don't know how this works. But I do think that I would have enjoyed it if I were to have gotten it when I was younger, because I feel like if you find the right game for you, it was fun. I was more so on like Penguin. You remember when Penguin was like
Penguin?
Yes.
Girl.
I was a little bit older because again, I didn't even have a laptop, but like when I did get some technology, I think like Penguin was big and Club Penguin was popping. But that lasted very short, like not a long time.
Did you ever play, first off, on Club Penguin? I remember I had a boyfriend and 3 igloos, girl. I was, girl. And I don't know if you also remember, wow, we are really going through a throwback, but WeWorld was my stuff. My avatar looked the best.
I didn't have that.
Really?
But I do remember this, like Nintendo, like the thing that you showed. I never had it, but I did have some friends that did have it. And then when they would let me use it, I was like in awe. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good.
What is real life?
And I really was a fan of Wii because it worked for me. Because remember how I say I move with controllers? Wii, you literally got to do that. So I used to love, like, I had like in my gym class in high school, in one of the quarters, it was like you can be on the treadmill or play like a Wii game that was dancing. And I love a Wii dancing game. So if Wii still exists when I own my own home, I will be purchasing that with the dance game.
No, but to be honest, I used to love the Wii. We used to do the little dances and everything like that.
Sports, it's like active, and I like that.
To this day, if I hear certain songs, like I could still do the routine. Like that's how when I used to go to my cousins or they would bring it to my godmother's house, I swear to you, we was on the Wii. And like to your point about like, oh, like you move with the controller. I used to hate when like some of the controllers had that feature, like if you got hit by something, it'll start shaking in your hand. I remember one time with the first time
broke a remote, you just let it fall.
I said, "Oh, it's breaking, y'all." It was like, Rebecca, why would you throw it? It started shaking. I thought it was about to blow up.
She said, "Not today, honey."
But did you ever play Pop Tropica?
What? I need more. What was Pop Tropica?
It was like a website where you go on and then like every level, like you had to move through the thing to get to like the grand prize and everything was like a different game.
I don't think I did that.
Really, girl. And then like whenever you won something, like when you beat that like game or something like that, they would give you a code that you could put back in to always save like your what's the word, like you save where you've like left off
your world level.
Yes. But the thing is, when I would play Pop Tropica, they never finished all of the games, so like you would get to a point and like you could replay the other games that you play that you got to that point, but they never let me get to the end because they never finished. And I don't know if it's still true, and I don't know if Pop Tropica still exists, but I remember this one code that would bring you to that last standing point, and it was spoon 1. So if Pop Tropica ever or still does exist, use spoon 1 and see if it'll get you to that midway point.
Period. There was a lot of like website-based games that were fun.
Of
course.
I enjoyed. I used to also love ggg.com, Girls Go Games, girl. Barbie.com to this.
Yes, Barbie.com. I love the little dress ups, that was